Very few people teach themselves alone to drive a car, and even less teach themselves to fly a plane alone. But Zane Anderson taught himself to fly, and even built the aircraft that he learned to fly in.
It took a long time to build it because I had to build the rotor blades and the rotor head. I built the whole thing. My dad and I did. It took a long time to build, and probably 6 months. And I learned to fly it by trial and error. Wasn't always successful. There was a few bumps along the road. Had to rebuild it a few times, but I eventually learned without getting hurt too bad.
Zane M. Anderson was born in Warren, Arkansas in 1948, and not long into his late teens, the boy decided that off the ground might be more fun than on the ground. Anderson says his desire to fly was more curiosity than any other grand reason.
My brother had his whole room was decorated with World War II aviation memorabilia, I guess, posters on the wall, identification posters, and he had hard plastic models, hanging from strings everywhere. And he and my dad built, they built control line model aircraft, flying aircraft, and he flew those. And I guess that's my first, where my first interest came from.
Building those early flying machines got flying in his system and his future off the ground, so to speak.
Learned to fly it down at the Warren Airport, and like you say, I was self-taught for the first 100 hours or so, 200 maybe, I don't know, a long time.
Anderson graduated the University of Arkansas at Monticello. One of his first jobs in aviation after earning a pilot's license was flight instructor with Favis Air at the North Little Rock Airport. After about a year, he began patrolling power lines for the then Arkansas Power and Light Company, where he maintained an amazing record of safety.
I was a student pilot for a long time, and then I was a private pilot. Worked my way up, and then my first encounter was with commercial aviation was right here at North Little Rock Airport back in 1977 when I went to work. I had never thought about it before, and then all of a sudden a guy needed someone to help him over here, Tommy Faith, and he offered me my first job in aviation, and that was my first encounter with the commercial, the business aspect of it.
As a flight instructor, Anderson's influence on young aviators has been unmatched, providing flight training and safety counseling. After gaining his commercial helicopter rating, Anderson started aerial patrol and grew the company into one of the leading helicopter operations in the Mid-South, providing power line and pipeline patrol and electronic news gathering and transportation. From operations at the North Little Rock Airport, Anderson's Flight Center served as flight training and aircraft maintenance. And as a general aviation enthusiast, Anderson also obtained glider and seaplane ratings and built and restored many antique aircraft. As an air training instructor, Anderson found the job had at least one unexpected result, and it seems at least one of Anderson's students stands out a little more than the others.
One of my students, I had lots and lots of students over the years, and one of them I ended up marrying. And we've been married now for 30 years.
Anderson has been at the forefront of helicopter operations in Arkansas, operating the Sky 4 helicopter for KARK-TV, Chopper 7 for KATV-TV7, and countless other broadcasting outlets that often gathered the tough-to-get-to stories in the air and only a few hundred feet off the ground. After more than 30 years in the helicopter business, Anderson and his team are still flying 5 helicopters and 2 airplanes to every corner of the state on a weekly basis. Anderson's work in training pilots and mapping the power system in Arkansas and his dedication to promoting aviation in Arkansas and beyond earn him a place in the Arkansas Aviation Hall of Fame.